And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta as Humanity First. One of the things I promised that we're going to do at the end of the last one is we're going to update our ship design and get some more ships under construction. So the Infernal Block 2 class ships, sadly we don't have what it takes to upgrade the engine because we're currently researching that, but we can do the power plant. We're going to add exotics, but it should save on a bunch of weight because it'll make the power plant a lot smaller. There we go. Don't really have an upgrade on the radiator, although I think we actually are working on a radiator improvement. We may get that in line with the drives later. And then we can upgrade from regular laser engines to advanced laser engines. Get that laser nice, strong, and lethal. Did I get the armor upgrade in the end? We do have hybrid armor. Honestly, if we were to swap to hybrid armor, I'd actually want to probably reduce the amount of armor we have on the front. And then probably reduce this down to like 120. I think I'll stick... I don't want to go through our exotics too quickly. We'll stick to animatine and stick to the 160. And again, this is not a big Delta V improvement because we haven't replaced the drive. Although the ship is lighter because less of the ship is radiators and power plant. Not that much lighter. About 10% of the ship is propellant. It's probably where we want it to be. This should be a workable ship. We'll probably do another redesign of it the moment we get the drive, but this will work in the meantime. And then we'll actually get some of those being built. And the Martian shipyards. That's a whole new fleet of 10 of them under construction. What is the refit time? 96 days, so it is a pretty long refit. Oh no, that's the Dreadnought. I got the wrong ship selected. Titans. Refit the Titans. Oh, well, actually, no, that was 96 days, because the Titans are 96 days. The Dreadnought upgraded is 94. Wait, I had more than 6 of those. Why can't those refit? Oh, because I've got gun officers on those ones, do I? Yeah, that only explains one of them. Yeah, so the first 6 were able to be upgraded. Why can't these ones be upgraded? We'll undock, redock, see if that makes a difference. Oh, economy contracting in China is not great. It's not what I wanted to be zooming, game. Got a scroll here that I'd like to be viewing down. I'm confused. These guys should be upgradable. Just like the ones I just put in the construction queue are upgrades. Oh! I know what I screwed up. I have an Infernal, which is one type of ship. I've got some point defense titans as well. The Rogue needs to be upgraded. No, not the Rogue, not that one. Demigorgon. This one needs to be upgraded. It's the same upgrade. So it doesn't change very much between the two ships, just different hull weapons make them not cross-upgradable. And now these guys can be upgraded. And then that tells me and I should actually not build 4 of these, because I forgot that I should have some point defense guys. Hopefully I got most of the resources back for that. And make some Demogorgon Block 3s, which are armor point defense ones. 193 days. Okay. Now, back to letting time pass. So in 200 days, we'll have ships ready to fly. Technically, they won't have this drive because this drive won't be done in 200-something days. This is more than a year. In fact, this being more than a year means I might actually start having the first batch do some missions in the belt while we're waiting for it. Or contemplate doing some missions in the belt. Might just have them fly out to Mars.
Violence is abating.
The people will come to our side.
Batman's House Islam could be
unable to take control.
Ooh, failed the purge. I guess they did the defend mission.
Were unable to take control.
These are all going to probably fail back to back.
The opposition remains in power.
Yeah, let's work through the fleet officer and the Space Force basic training texts. those purges are a waste of time because they got the defenses up in time.
Ready for my mission.
Do a public campaign there.
Making our case.
Just do a whole round of public campaigning. And
Where do you need me?
make the
Where do you
situation
need
better.
me? We must persuade the people.
Ready for my mission. It's time to bring it all down.
Okay, working on the last power plant in that line, working on the second to last drive. This is the one we're going to upgrade these guys into. The last drive, besides being really expensive, is going to be one of the last things we probably research semi-seriously. It's also not a refit target because of the fuel changes. Anyway, I think we're going to spend influence on getting more funding because we haven't saved up enough funding, enough money yet to do more welfare. There we go. And we're getting close here. I could imagine within the next year we'll hit 10 sustainability on EU. We'll speed or slow down the environment at that point, just to focus on getting it stable. Although, honestly, it might be stabilizing fast enough even with the environment set at that rate. Too much of a problem. We're at 3.2. Partially because the welfare has come down. Once the welfare gets to once this shows 1.1, we'll turn the welfare down. Focus more on getting rid of the hostile claims. Same sort of logic here. Well, we're investing so heavily in government, we're actually pushing back towards central, which is not really what we want, but it is what it is. And then we want to get the inequality down. Getting the inequality low enough, then pushing towards central isn't too bad. Another region decolonized for the EU. I should raise the resting cohesion point. 3.5 is where it's at. Oh, that was a small one, so that wasn't actually very much.
Lending my expertise.
All the hostile claims are places where Russia had a claim, so Russia had it, but the EU didn't when we added the Russia into it. So it's mostly Siberia stuff. Mostly Far East, and maybe a little bit of the Central Asia.
We have moved the needle. We've moved the needle.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
We've moved the needle.
The people will be free.
Okay, there's Space Force. Fleet Officer Schools, so this is actually bigger than Space Force, but... Okay, we'll have to take that point back. Easy enough to do.
Ready to go. Turning up the heat.
Standing by. Terminating the opposition.
Ready to go.
What's the up?
Grab more science on you. You're saving it for 120 for untouchable. Science for you. And then again, I'll spend some influence again on more funding. The Council Cycle 2 will start poking a little bit on raising sustainability in Africa. It's moving.
Lending my expertise.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
The people will come to our side.
We have neutralized their key people.
Neutralize that
Long
point.
live the revolution!
Still continuing to try to sabotage our stuff. Luckily, we moved enough of that off of the planet that we're not really vulnerable to that sort of stuff, but... Okay, alien administration's back.
Our people
Again,
are
I think we'll have to
taking
get rid of
control.
before we win the game, but there's a decent chance the resistance will do it for us.
Ready for orders. Removing our enemies.
Where to? Removing our enemies.
What's the op?
Ready for my mission.
Not
Where
quite
to?
any on those. Oh,
At
you can
your
pick up
service.
a
Ready for orders.
espionage.
Acknowledged.
And then we confirm assignments, let more time pass. So we're waiting basically for our
Lending my expertise.
second to last drive of the game. We'll basically run almost everything on that drive. Titan Mayhem. Oops, just signed that to the wrong fleet. Split off the Titan because the Titan got assigned to the wrong one. There we go. So 778 is our Titan fleet. That's the upgraded power plant and the upgraded laser engines. So they're more lethal and they have a smaller, well, more size efficient or power plant. And we just need the engine, really. Sorry for the mic boop there. Scratching my face. And I've got a headset mic, so I got a little too close to the mic there.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
The uprising is underway.
So they're coming to Tianagon orbit. What I can do is, how big are you? 19 ships. Okay, I can screw with them on their arrival. Because we know they're coming to Tianagon orbit, we can pre-position to stop them. There we go. So there's another region no longer hostile to EU control. It is a small one, so it wasn't a big difference. We're now down to minus 1.8. We can see that massive public campaign from the initiative. They are very good at that.
Our associates are now in charge.
Taking our first point in Maghreb Union.
We are in control here.
And the second one. Do that again, we'll have basically full control of the location. Oh, they're going to get distracted, so we're going to go back to Singapore again.
I'm here.
Reporting in. Applying pressure on their people.
At your service. We're taking power.
Step in the right direction, sustainability. Some more funding here. Increase the rate that we make the money so we can spend more on environment elsewhere. And yeah, the resting point on cohesion is now high enough. That I probably don't need to continue to lower inequality. Although it's going to be a while before we get the sustainability up to good levels where we're going to want to start working on government.
Lending my expertise.
Actually, let me... Got an alien fleet found, right? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. I'm gonna set an alarm for them. We'll basically have our fleet intercept them when they get here.
Wrapping up here.
Once we get the alarm, we'll tell our guys, hey, plan an intercept, which hits them like minutes after they arrive.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Okay. I remember there being a third one of those. Not sure if we have the requisite for the third one, actually. Oh, I should work on invasive species containment. So the xenoforming is easier to contain.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
The control is vulnerable now.
Death to tyrants.
Yeah, EU is stabilizing pretty quickly. It's not perfectly stable, but it's stabilizing pretty quickly.
We've removed some threats.
Back in full control there. maybe a little bit of investment in environment. Singapore.
Targeting the opposition.
I'm here. Targeting the opposition.
Okay, let's roll with that. And we're still looking for June of next year, so it's still quite a while out in the Protium Nova Torch.
Lending my expertise.
We've moved the needle.
Now stands at 70%. Okay. It's probably good enough.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Revolution is coming.
Again, most of these space stations we just don't care about enough. There's nothing worth proactively doing to protect them.
We're in control here.
Another one taken over.
We are in control now.
Full control. And of course we should do manage relations. Push them all closer to friend status. There we go. We apparently invest the most in that, so we can pick the replacement. We'll do life.
Ready for orders.
So I need executive control to add you. You're now. I can do you. Whenever.
Standing by.
Okay.
Securing our control.
Standing by. On my way to the capital.
Ready.
Okay, let's public
I will
campaign
tell
there.
our story.
Ready for orders.
That's probably going to be our next sort of like military target to take over. Yeah, environment's improving there. And cohesion should be... Well, actually, cohesion's worsening here because we're starting to lower government. Alright. And our improvements from inequality going down is not as quick as the government improvement. Although it's still... Yeah, it might be at the point where I want to slow the government roll a little bit. Bump to that. Deployment. And slowly and steadily. We're down to 53,000 nitrous oxide, so we're getting closer and closer to getting that fixed. 81 million tons of CO2. I think that's also per year. Yeah, per year. So 81.5 to remove per year with the sustainability modifier. Confirm assignments, let time pass.
Lending my expertise.
Securing our interests.
Okay, we're getting launches. Okay, 784 is. I'm gonna wait like one more day for the 4-point defense ones to launch. There they go. Okay, so that should be the Earth fleet. Well, that should be the other Titan fleet ready to go, other than its drives. How terrible is it to go after objectives in the asteroid belts right now? 22 weeks, it would eat all the fuel. Cut the fuel in half. We're looking out. Probably, yeah. If we cut the fuel low enough that we're getting there in enough fuel to get back, we are taking so long, we're better off waiting for the drive. I think we're better off waiting for the drive. The other thing to do is to fly out to Mars. We know we've got inbound aliens, so let's wait until the inbound aliens are dealt with, and then we might fly out.
Death to tyrants.
To Mars to save us some travel time. Although I'm not sure it will
We're
save much
winning
travel
their
time.
hearts and minds.
The people will come to our side.
Because of the old comment when it comes to Mercury. Mercury is the mostest closest to many a location. Is that a new one launching? Yeah, that's a new one launching. We had another big fleet come into Tiananmen orbit. Okay, we're not going anywhere because they're coming to us. That's what's going on. Not going anywhere because they're coming to us. That one I might actually need the laser plasma
Policy
to
direction
deal with.
complete.
Unification, Libya, confirm. Is the other federation that you were being presented with? Yeah, we don't want to do those right now. Oof, integrating all those regions with such a low GDPC, it's definitely tanked the average here. Definitely tanked that average. Okay, you are going to pick up more command. Buff the EU armies. Your science. You're saving up to 160 for rich. You have enough to pick up Untouchable, so pick up Untouchable. At which point you're going to probably just be picking up Security. Although first we'll probably pick up Streetwise. Streetwise into Security. Into Affluent Line. Science. And you're on Espionage to get hidden. And that's the Counselors. Okay, now what to do with the Counselors? We're defended. We're public campaigning in Iran because we need to have more public support where we can do much there.
Standing by for orders.
Go to a defend in Singapore. Does them? Do you guys like
Protecting
that
our
something
interests.
annoying happening
Ready
there?
to go.
Can I have you, instead of raising unrest, stabilizing unrest in the Kale fight?
Restoring order.
Acknowledged.
Send you there too as well.
We'll restore peace to this
Try to
nation.
get a little bit more under control so it can fix its own problems. National investment points to be directed into military. Not too bad. Also bonus versus human armies, so.
Lending my expertise.
Making things safe for our people.
Violence is abating.
Yeah, not long yet.
Order is returning.
We have moved the needle.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
And once we get those hostile claims gone, EU will be pretty stable. Oops, sorry, Twitch chat, for not noticing your comment. Caesar7277 is... I assume that is Puerto Rico in this game. Seeing as it's Puerto Rico is what you've got it spelled out there in GAM. Assuming we mean where is Puerto Rico in the game. So Puerto Rico, I believe, is in the game. So the United States has a region. I think that's Puerto Rico. Remember which regions are which. San Juan. Yes, we do have the islands in here. I forget. I think that's Puerto Rico. Yeah, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Okay, so the U.S. has been doing enough priorities that Puerto Rico is no longer considered a territory. So Puerto Rico, apparently, in this game at this point in 2058, has become a state of the United States, let's say. It's no longer colonial territory, which isn't surprising because of how the... What's 250 points in either government or economy, I think, to do that. So that's not hard to do. Sort of accidentally not hard to do. So the AI does it a lot. Not necessarily something would happen IRL, but it is happening in game. Yeah, Puerto Rico is in the game. It's one of the regions that America starts with control at the beginning of the game. And usually the AI does not kick it out. There may be situations where if you were playing the United States, you would intentionally kick it out. You'd liberate Puerto Rico and give it to usually the Caribbean community, because it helps to stabilize the United States doing that by lowering the population distribution. Like, that's one of the reasons, actually, right now the EU isn't super stable, is we actually have quite a bit of population distribution, lowering its stability. We're doing a lot to improve it otherwise, so that's mostly offset in the case of the EU. But early game, it can be useful to liberate Puerto Rico just to stabilize the United States. 30th of April next year. Okay. Oh, we got someone that doesn't have a
Ready
assigned
for
mission.
my mission. We'll make things safe.
Ooh, advanced climate modeling. We will want that. Not necessarily faster than anything else, though. Launches for low mercury orbit. Well, we got a fleet there. And they're only sending 20 ships. I think just the missile monitors will be able to handle that.
Lending my expertise.
Things are cooling off.
Violence is abating.
Things are stabilizing.
The people will come to our side.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Oops. I did not realize we had space defenses on in Japan. Let's turn that off. Okay, so EU has hit 10 sustainability. For the short term, while I'm trying to stabilize the EU, we're going to drop the environment down. So redirect more towards government and unity and welfare. Once we get inequality to where it's showing 1.1, we'll probably drop the welfare as well. Down to 1 tick. On the vertical. Obviously it's 6 ticks because we got 1 in each category. One in each row. Or column. 1 each column. We got 1 in the row. 1 per space in the row. Oh, getting close to 10 here. Which one will probably swap over to doing some economy. Testing point is 5. Yeah, probably swap over to doing some economy. The government should actually... I have a cost to claim on something, don't I? What's going on? Yeah, we have a cost to claim on something. That's what's going on. Okay, so that's why government's not disappearing. Fair enough. There might be an argument that I don't need government that hard. Let's swap to that balance for the moment. And then once we have 10, we'll put a little bit more into economy and government. Okay, I think the public campaign is long enough there.
Going after their people.
Acknowledged. Removing our enemies.
Your orders? We must persuade the people.
So if we can take all of these 3 points, we can actually remove their allies, and then have the Caliphate declare on them, send in the EU, the Caliphate Chinese armies, and sort of add Iran to Caliphate. Effectively denying the Servants Protectorate those nukes. And, well, spreading democracy. The Caliphate is fully democratic.
Lending my expertise.
They're teeting on orbit. You're teeting on orbit. We've apparently landed someplace that's 2 days away from you. Interesting. And they're going straight to a different station, which we're not going to get to in the time. Okay. My attempt to intercept them has not worked. They're just showing off the old fusion drives that were running weren't fast enough. Oh, it doesn't even show there on there where the drive are running. It's one of the older ones, which is actually an end of the game drive, as you can see from the Delta V. Just doesn't help much for intercepts. Yeah, so they're gonna go there. We get in there 3 weeks, and they'll be done and blown the thing up by then. Okay, go back to the gas station. Go protect the shipyard. I try to chase them with the... Oh, the Earth Fleet is done, isn't it? Yeah, I should... not the Earth Fleet, the Expeditionary Fleet. The Expeditionary Fleet after. That's probably what I should do. Probably should have done. I'm confused. Saying I can't complete the trajectory, but yet I can apparently complete the trajectory. They're apparently going somewhere, but they're not going somewhere, is what's going on.
Things are stabilizing.
Things are cooling off.
Okay, so they're going home. I think they blew something up. Or they tanked something. Oh, I see what they do. Okay, so they blew the station up, I think, and then the station got backfilled. Needless to say, I do not appreciate this backfilling, so Protectorate's about to go lose their station. Okay, so they got rid of one of my research ones. They got rid of the climate change one. Aliens apparently do not appreciate climate change. Okay. And then yeah, we send these guys back to the station. Refuel. And that's one reason we might want to actually get rid of the old ships. The old ships are not fast enough.
The people will come to
It's
our
scary
side.
enough the aliens usually leave them alone, but... Oops. Did not mean to merge them into the Monitor fleet. The Monitor fleet is fast enough. The Monitor fleet also can't handle more than 20 or so ships.
Crackdown complete.
Run down to 1.2. Assault ship. We got an assault ship inbound. Arrive at May 30th. May. So 600 something days. This telling these guys to burn to intercept it is probably a bit slow, or going to be not super advisable because it's basically sticking them here for 600 or so days. But yeah, they'll basically jump it as soon as it arrives. I think that's fine. Again, I think that those 10 ships can probably actually take that whole fleet.
We are in control now.
Apparently this place needs more power. I screwed up the power math at some point. That'll fix that. That's the old Lancer Dreadnought combo.
Ready to go.
93% without crackdown, although they may
We're
try to
taking power.
defend.
Ready
They have
for my
limited
mission.
interests on it. Don't invest that. So the defend
Cracking
interest is
down.
likely to fail. Good at effectively defending it, even if they do. And then we think there's more aliens inbound, right? Yeah. I have 767 try to intercept those guys. $620 something arm. Okay, so this basically jumps in 15 minutes after they arrive. That should be fast enough they can't can't dodge us. So let's run with that. Because apparently the transfer to orbit is not a transfer to the only place you can intentionally transfer in the orbit. There's stuff in the orbit. It's just to a random place in the orbit. So we need to do an intercept rather than a park where they're going sort of problem here. Yeah, it shouldn't be too long, and then these guys will be at 10 as well. At which point we'll probably remove or dumpster the environment to try and improve the economy quicker there. China has the environment to improve, and you have the environment to improve. And then maybe at that point we'll have solved climate change getting worse. Or at least in
Lending
the
my
major places, got
expertise.
it under control enough that we, from a sustainability standpoint, don't need to be worried about making it worse. More funding, also a little bit more environment in the African Union. African Union is in an awkward spot because it's so low in the GDPC that I need to sort of improve the GDPC before I can actually make much
Order is
change.
returning.
Things are stabilizing.
We're winning their hearts and minds. We've hurt them their hearts.
Although the Kale Fight's almost 5 trillion GDP, so wouldn't be surprised if we can get the GDPC to go
Our
up pretty quickly
associates
there
are now
once
in
we've got
charge.
sustainability dealt with. There's 2, 3 points in Iran.
Ready. Terminating the opposition.
Standing by for orders.
And they did realize that something was up and we were coming for the
Turning up
points,
the
but it's a
heat.
little too late for them to stop us.
What's the op? Heading to the capital.
Oh, we're over 50k GDPC in the EU. That's good to see. Yeah, I think at the point where we do that, push even more towards government unity. I said I was going to do it when it rounded down to 1.1, but it's about to round down to 1.1, so close enough. And then, yeah, the biggest thing that's stopping us from being resting point 5 on cohesion here is the regions with hostile claims, which is why we're spamming government and unity. Because every 250 points, I think, removes a hostile claim. I'm not sure how many regions we have with hostile claims. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 hostile claims. So you can do the math. That's over 3,000. That's like 3,500 direct investment points. Which is a lot. That's legitimately a lot. We're getting like 33 a month. So, and obviously we're not investing quite that many. Oh no, we're getting, yeah, probably about 33 a month towards that. So 10 months is 300. 100 months? So and it's actually a little bit more than 100 months because it's rounding down to 3,300, and it's actually 3,500-ish. But yeah, so we're looking like 100 months. So say just under 9 years of government unity at this investment rate to completely fix the stability of the EU. Although at that point, that will be a complete fix of the stability of the EU. And then we'll be focusing probably on trying to get funding and boost and mission control. Unless I'm just trying to make EU better. And then we've come up on where I should put the part break in. Almost 10 there, R10 there. We are 10 here. We haven't got to 1 there, haven't got to 1 there, so African Union and China are holding us back as far as our contributions to the environment. So obviously climate change is getting worse. That's a shame, but it is. Well, CO2 is getting worse. Atmospheric methane and atmospheric nitrous oxide. Well, not even the oxide is getting worse, right? So we got a slight decrease in methane. I suspect that's because we're better at cleaning it up than we're making it right now. Yeah, I think it's a situation where we're just really good at cleaning it up. Not necessarily that there isn't production. There's still probably net production around the world before you account for cleaning. And yeah, there's obviously net production even after cleaning with atmospheric CO2 and nitrous oxide. Well, those numbers are going down, so or at least increasing slower, I think. That'll get better as time goes on. And the goal is we want to get global temperature to go down, not up, so that we can get this negative number to be less negative. We're never going to fix the global sea level anomaly, but we can fix the GDP impact going forward. And apparently, outside of Africa, we have higher than average GDPC of the nation, of the world. Oh no, China's below. So yeah, China and African Union could probably use some GDPC. The Caliphate's actually above average, apparently, of the world. And the Maghreb Union is actually going to pull it up, not down. So that's good. Egypt will pull it up, not down. Israel, well, I'm not sure how much of the Israel will transfer because we'll have to conquer it. And then Iran will be down towards average, really. Yeah, I think the run is going well. Again, we're waiting for techs really to get moving. We really want that Protium Nova Torch for its thrust capacity. Originally, this was going to be like November of 59, then it was like July of 59. We got it down to March, so it's moving closer to us as we're getting towards it. So we'll definitely pick it up in the next one. And then once we have that done, it's going to be building ships and sending them forth. Pretty much. That's the plan. I think that'll work. So if you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. This is going to be a short break here, so you can get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea, probably drink about half a cup of tea, and then we'll be back to record tomorrow, effectively YouTube's tomorrow part, which again will be about another hour of us working through the process of moving towards victory. And again, I think this is going to be a drive capable of letting us go on the offense while doing defense. And if that does appear to be the case, we'll probably actually start getting rid of the old fleets. Because the big problem with the old fleets is they can't move fast enough. Yeah. That's the big problem with the old ones, is they can't really move fast enough to defend the systems. We'll see if we're fast enough with the Protium Nova Torch. So until next time, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one, and bye for now.